क्लास आज हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं हमारा नया टॉपिक कॉन्ग्रुएंसी इन ट्राइंगल्स बेसिकली. सो फर्स्ट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ द टर्म कॉन्ग्रुएंसी. What is the meaning of the term congruency? Congruency means whenever we have two shapes or two things which exactly overlaps each other. Whenever we have two things or two objects which overlaps each other, then those two things or shapes are said to be congruent. When two things overlap each other, then they will be congruent. So suppose like we have this photo frame, and there is another photo frame which has exactly the same length, same dimension. Now if we place this photo frame on this, if it completely overlaps each other, then these two will be congruent, otherwise they will not be congruent. Okay, congruency means when two things overlap each other, then they will be congruent. So next, suppose in congruency, suppose one more example we take, like we have a line segment. Suppose this is a line segment whose length is 3 centimeter, and we have more line segments of length 3 centimeter. Can there be any line segment which will be congruent to this? Yes, there can be many line segments. If their length is 3 centimeter, these two line segments will be congruent to each other. Okay, suppose we have these two hooks we have. So now in case of these two hooks, these are overlapping hooks. These are overlapping hooks, like these two are overlapping hooks. If I place one above the other, they will completely overlap each other. They will completely overlap each other like this. Okay, now they have completely overlapped each other. So these two hooks are also congruent. So every time in our daily life we can have many examples, and we can check, like if you have a particular passport size photo will be congruent to another passport size photo, because we have a fixed dimension for the passport size photographs. So in daily life we have many examples, and we can check also by placing one thing above the other. In daily life we have two things, we can check them if they are overlap or not. We can put one thing over the other to check if they are congruent or not. Clear? So these line segments can be congruent, these two things can be can overlap each other, like we have seen the example of hooks. Okay, so they can be congruent. Now if suppose, can two angles be congruent? Yes, suppose we have this angle. This angle is suppose 60 degree. Which angle could be congruent to this? Only that angle whose measure is 60 degree will be congruent to this angle. So two angles can be congruent also, because on placing them one above the other, they will superimpose each other. Similarly, we have this two line segments can be congruent. Okay, so we can have many things which are congruent to each other. The basic thing is that they should overlap each other. Now if we see, like in case of these two hooks, what we have seen that these two hooks are congruent to each other. Placing one above the other, we can see that they are completely overlapping each other. So in this we have two things to note. What to note? Suppose if I place one above the other in this position, now they are not superimposing each other, or now they are not overlapping each other. So it means if I place like this, then also they will not overlap each other. It means the one more important thing is congruency is 1-to-1 congruency is more important. 1-to-1 congruency means if there are certain points, if they will be placed one above the other, only then the things will be congruent. Otherwise, the things will not be congruent. So now they are congruent, but if I disturb their position, now they are not congruent. So 1-to-1 congruency is important. When you will write down that these two things are congruent, then you have to be very careful that this point A, suppose this point A should be coincide with this point A. This point B should overlap with this point B, like this. Only then the things will be congruent. So 1-to-1 congruency means you have to be aware that which point should overlap the other point so that they can superimpose each other exactly. So this is about 1-to-1 congruency. 1-to-1 congruency is very important. We have the example of our two hands. If we join our two hands, then they will be congruent in certain position. In certain position, like we have the example of our hands, like we have these two things. If this thumb will coincide with this finger with these fingers, like this, if we join them, then only these two hands will be congruent. But if you disturb the positioning means if you place this thumb on this finger, then they will not be congruent. Then they are not congruent. So what I am trying to say, that our topic is about the congruency of triangles. In congruency of triangles, you will see that it will be very important and you have to be very precise about writing that which point will overlap the other point. Okay, because if we disturb the position of the points, then things will no longer be congruent, like this. I have disturbed the points, so they are not congruent, but now they are congruent. Okay, so in congruency you have to be very accurate while writing about which angle will cover which part, okay, and which line segment will cover which line segment. Okay, so next in this we will see, so in daily life we can check the things whether they are congruent or not by placing them above one another. Okay, but now our topic is related with the congruency in triangles. Congruency in triangles. Congruency in triangles means we have to discuss about the congruency of triangles. Now we cannot pick the two things every time and place them one above the other to check the congruency. So there are certain rules regarding congruency in triangles that will be helpful to determine the whether two triangles are congruent or not. Okay, now in triangles, triangles, or you can say in all other things which we have discussed, there are two things which are very important. They are shape and size. Two things, they must have same shape and same size to be congruent. Suppose we have the example of this, like suppose we have this polygon. Okay, we have this polygon and we have another polygon like this. Now these two are not congruent because their shapes are not same. Shapes are not same, so they are not congruent. Similarly, we can have like this. We have this one, this big polygon. Now this figure 2 and this figure 3 are not congruent. They have the same shape. But they don't have the same size. So the things must have same shape and same size. By shape I mean, in case of triangles, now we come to our topic. In case of triangles, size means the length of the sides. And shape shape they all will be triangles because we will discuss the congruency in triangles, but the angles, in case of angles, should also be equal. Angles should also be equal and length of sides should also be equal. Then we will have both the criteria of size and shape, which will satisfy the congruency criteria. So there are many congruency criterias. So first we will start with S, S and S criteria. This is the first criteria, S, S and S. In this, side, side and side. If two triangles have equal sides, then they will be congruent. Suppose we have this triangle and this triangle. Suppose I say this side is 5 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 7 centimeter, this is 7, this is 5, this is 6. So we can say that these two triangles will be congruent because it has equal sides. All the sides are equal. Okay. So this is SSS criteria for congruency of triangles. Second is about the next is side angle side criteria. S for side, A for angle. Side angle side. So what it means? It means two sides of a triangle and one included angle. Included angle means if these two sides are equal to, suppose these two sides of the triangle, then the angle between these two sides, the angle is between these two sides. So these two angles, this one, this is the angle between these two sides, this is the angle between these two sides. If this is same, then only the triangles will be congruent, otherwise not. Third we have AAS, or we can also say this is as ASA. These are two similar type of criteria. Why? Now the order in which they are written is very important. Angle, angle and then side. Angle, side and then angle. Suppose if we have two triangles, now we have two angles. Suppose this angle 1 is equal to this angle 2, this angle 3 is equal to this angle 4. These two angles are same. Angle, then angle, angle, then angle, and then the side. This side should be equal to this side. It can also be like angle, angle and then side. Okay, angle, angle and side. And we know that if two angles are same, then the third angle will automatically be equal to the remaining angle. So this is 5, this is 6. So in this case, if you have two angles and one side, then you will say AAS. If you have two angles on the same side are equal, then you will write down ASA. ASA, one more figure we draw for ASA. Like this, two triangles are there in which in ASA these two angles, in ASA we have, suppose these two angles 1 and angle 2 is equal to, suppose this angle 3 and this angle 4, these are equal. Then the side between these two angles, if these two sides are same, then we can say that triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle. Okay. So this is ASA or AAS. AAS was this two angle and one side. Okay. Next is about the RHS criteria. What is RHS criteria? That if in two triangles there is a right angle, if right angle is there, then triangle will be a right angle triangle. Then their hypotenuse and then one side. If these three things are there, then we can say that triangles are congruent by RHS criteria. Suppose we have this right angle triangle. Okay. So this is 90 degree, and we have this another triangle. This is 90 degree. If we have these two triangles, 90 degree each if their hypotenuse are same, and one of the other side, any side could be there. So like this, if these two sides are same, then these two triangles are congruent by RHS, because there is a 90 degree hypotenuse and one other side is same. Suppose if in any case you find this type of relation, like this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, these two are same. If you find such type of correlation between the sides of the triangle, then the triangles will be congruent by SAS, not RHS, because hypotenuse are not equal given. So first we have to say that if these two are same, then hypotenuse are same, then you could say that triangles will be congruent by RHS. Okay. Now to represent any two congruent triangles or two congruent shapes, we use this sign. This is the sign for the congruency. This is the sign of the congruency. Suppose we write down triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, then you will say this type. Then you will write it as triangle ABC. This means congruent to triangle DEF. So this was the basics of congruency which we have done. In next few videos or next few type we will discuss questions about this. So in this, first is the most important is the order in which these are written. SSS. SSS means side criteria. Okay. Then we have side, angle, side. The angle between the two sides should be same, only then the triangles will be congruent. Then we have this angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle. Then we have this RHS. So these are the few criterias which we will discuss and will be used to prove the congruent two triangles congruent. Okay. So I hope you understand the things. Thank you guys.